What's going on? We are back. Reality After Show. We are talking The Traitors Season 3, doing a draft update. I'm Lauren. With me, as always, Lyrsa, double dose of Emily. Let's jump right into this. How are y'all doing?
Doing great, doing great.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, excited.
Maybe too dark.
So let's jump right in. What is y'all's takes on the first 5 episodes? And are you wrong about anyone that you didn't want to see on the cast? Did you change your mind going, I was so excited for this person, they are letting me down?
Yes.
Give me your take.
Danielle is letting me down.
Terrible.
A worse traitor than Dan Giesling last season. She was so good on Big Brother. I think she's worse than Dan Giesling.
Oh, okay.
I think she is good. These Big Brother players are great for a 90-day game. You put them in a 3-week game, they do not know how to handle themselves. So That's my initial. Danielle is letting me down. Still love her. Just upset.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this season feels really different than the first two. And I think part of it is like the Traitors seem kind of individualistic. Like the team doesn't seem to be happening. And I find like for me, I'm enjoying it less. And like I love Bob and I was so excited for him. But I feel like Bob started this trend of steamrolling Boston Rob. That's his game is steamrolling. So like obviously that's going to continue. And I feel like because I haven't seen Danielle before, maybe I will just say she was influenced by the people around her. But yeah, it's I don't enjoy it when the Traitors aren't like strategic together.
Yeah, they're not working together like Caroline said. And I kind of feel bad for Caroline because nobody, like, she has really good ideas and she knows what she's doing. And I feel like she's getting the same stuff that happened in Survivor that nobody like understood what she was saying and why she was saying it. And she doesn't have somebody else there that can like back her up like she had on Survivor, like she had Carson, she had Jamil. But here it's very individual and they're not playing together, and that sucks. Like, okay, so in one episode we see Boston Rob like rolling out Bob the drag queen, and then Danielle trying to do the same when she criticized the same shit. Like, what are you doing here, girl? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And her name, at least on the edit, never came out on the circle, like on the round table. It never came out. So you just spread words for no reason. It made no sense.
Well, your question. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Emily.
Well, I was just going to say, to Emily's point, I feel like the format this season, I know that they were trying to change stuff up, like with Boston Rob not coming in and then coming in as a traitor. I think it just like failed miserably because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but like last season, I think they started with 2 and then gained a 3rd. But this season, they started with 3 right away and then gained a 4th immediately. So to me, there's no way of working together as a team when there's that many of them. And then also, like, they didn't have time to come together as a 3 before they introduced Rob. So it's like, how are they then going to be this unit if there's no camaraderie or no, like, reason to work together?
Yeah. That's true. And last season, they got to pick the 3rd, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah,
they recruited
in post. Yeah. All I want to know, honestly, is who is Boston Rob's agent? I want to know who is his agent because he's fucking everywhere. And it's no secret. I don't like this person. Like, I want to know why you are in every fucking TV show.
He must have the same agent as Parvati because I just listened to an interview that she got offered, you know, the GOAT, House of Villains, Celebrity Big Brother, Deal or No Deal Island. But she chose to pick, like, she was like, I want to be on the fun ones. I want to be on something different. So that's why she chose Deal or No Deal and the Traitors. So he probably has, like, the same agent. He's just taking every opportunity to leave his family to go on these shows.
And I will say, Lyrsa, I know like those of us that are like deep Survivor fans have one opinion of him. He's popular, like amongst folks.
Oh, I know. I am.
There's like all the times he's watching because Boston Rob was.
Yeah. I'm the RBG of the Survivor community. Like, I dissent. Like, I don't like this person. I have never liked him.
Not the RBG of Survivor.
I dissent. My thing is that I know that he probably knows, and if we ever, which is never gonna happen, but if we ever play something together, he's gonna take me out first. So don't put me on your draft because this person clearly must know already that I don't like him. Like I don't like the way he plays any of these games. And
Well,
that's it.
I am curious for Lauren, for like from you, for your question about cast surprises. I'll share my, like, as we all know, or as we may remember, my draft is not successful. The housewives are gone. My strategy failed. Speaking of failed strategies, but Dylan Efron has been the star. He's the
Right, he's
Peter
good.
Yeah.
He's not gonna last. They're gonna like clock him at some point, but I feel like he is my strategic steal.
he's fun. I really do enjoy Dylan on this season. I'm very surprised by him. So I have a different take than I think all three of you. I am loving this season, and here is why. I'm all for the hot mess express of the Traitors. That is what I enjoy watching. That is my type of television. It reminds me of Gabon, Survivor Gabon. It's a train wreck. I love to watch a good train wreck. They did a great job of picking these traitors, knowing that this was probably not going to be a cohesive group, and it isn't at all. And that is why I'm enjoying this season so much.
Oh.
But my surprise,
I'm enjoying the season. Don't get me wrong.
Me too, but
It is a hot mess express. I'm just saying
Yeah.
the traitor issue in the beginning. That's why I feel like they're individualistic. Carry
which
on.
is fine. I want a different feel than the other previous seasons, and that's why I like it, because it's different, it's new. And I will say, I was not expecting to get much from this person, but Bob Harper's given me stuff this season. I love Bob there, and I think it's just because it's a surprise. I was very down and I said, why do we need someone from Biggest Loser? We don't. They don't do reality television in that sense of the strategic gameplay that other players come in with. And he's been just a bright spot. Very loving, fun. We got his storyline during the one challenge. It's a full circle of Bob for me.
That's it. Yeah, I agree with that one. He is a surprise.
Yeah.
Him and Ivar, they're just there.
Yes, they're just
Ivar,
there. Ivar,
we don't need Ivar.
Well, but they, both of them, I feel like, have clocked, like, have gone onto the theory of, like, how did Rob know for sure? So they, like, both of them are bringing it up, which
But nobody did anything about it.
exactly.
I mean, true. But at least, like, someone is.
They can clock it all day long,
Which
but
is-
nobody
which-
did
which-
anything.
Which to me is very surprising because Wes, which I also hate,
I like Wes.
you know what? After watching House of Villain 2 and 1, I really dislike Banana and Wes from the challenge. But now I dislike Banana way less than
Have
I
you
dislike.
watched the challenge at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I just don't like his, like, I don't like Wes implying, first of all, that he's a member of Mensa because he's not. Like, he's a very smart dude. I think that all of us that go into this reality game shows, we are very smart people, right? But his cockiness is something like I can't deal with, right? We all know you're smart. You don't have to brag about this shit, right? Especially lying about it. So I don't know. I was thinking yesterday after watching the episode, I'm like, I kind of like fucking hate Wes way more than I hate Banana. Like, for some reason. And Banana is not good either. But I just can't deal with Wes, especially on this game. Like, you have a lead. You know that Boston Rob is a traitor, right?
Right. Why didn't you do anything?
Why didn't you do anything? Right? He's gonna fuck all of you over because that's the way he operates. And you already have, what's his name, Derek from Big Brother too. Like, you have at least 5 people that believe you. And if you tell Caroline is afraid of Boston, she will vote with them. Danielle will vote with them. Like, you have the numbers. Why aren't you asking about this? Why are you not telling it more?
Can I say one thing about how they brought in Derek, Wes, and Boston Rob in the cages? Why was it 3 men? Why? We didn't need another man. We could have did 2 men, 1 woman.
What's the ratio? Let me check.
I don't
'Cause
even
it
think
was
it's the ratio, though. I think the issue being is, let's mix it up a little bit. Let's add some spice to it. Kelly Wentworth also brought it up.
I want her on the Traitors so bad.
Kelly Wentworth basically said, why 3 men? Why?
Yeah.
We couldn't have had one girl? One of them. Not one.
I think
They should bring Kate back. like they did with New York.
In the preview with her and Poverty like walking around, so she'll
do a challenge or like a mission or whatever. But I was just very annoyed. But I was like, why 3 men? And also those 3 men. I just hate Derek so much.
I've never seen Derek.
The non-strategic, or the non-trader strategic players like Wes and Derek, like regardless of I think like personal feelings, I do think both of them are strategic. I think they're scared, right? Because I do feel like you have to. People don't talk to the faithfuls don't talk to each other enough on the traitors, because like as soon as you throw out a name, you could be pegged as a traitor. So I feel like they're both, and I think someone else to mention this, I can't remember, like they're waiting for other people to have critical mass to bring Boston Rob down, and or maybe they're playing the strategy of like, know who the traitor is, don't say anything about it until the very end so that the traitor won't kill you. That's my theory with both of them.
It's just hard because I think some of them want to speak up more, but they're worried that they're going to be killed and eliminated from the game because they're vocal. Traitors, they want to keep people that are a little less vocal. Although, why did you get rid of Robin?
Yeah, that
made no sense. And Caroline said it like she's being very
Caroline,
vocal. She's a distraction. Yeah.
And like the sad thing is Caroline has the best reads in the game. She is like, why should we kill this person? Why should we kill this housewife? Like, we shouldn't kill these people. But then Bob and Danielle were like, no, like you don't get it. Like you're basically like you're irrelevant. And it's just like she's clearly had the best reads. Like she didn't want to kill these people, and this is why. Like you didn't need to kill Robin, because Robin was loud. Like I understand that they want to keep the quieter people, but you got to keep some chaos, loud mouth people that are gonna just talk, because then people are gonna then assume that they're a traitor.
Right. And she was definitely right about not putting a traitor in the coffin, because clearly,
yes,
right. It definitely started stuff. And think about it too with the Robin situation. The reason why it doesn't make any sense to get rid of her, for Danielle's perspective, Danielle, she is your biggest advocate for you not being a traitor. Robin always dismisses, oh no, it couldn't be Danielle. Mm-hmm. So if she is in your corner, why would you think to get rid of her? If she's backing you, you want to get rid of someone that is not like the loudest person in the room saying names, but you want someone that's more of the middle ground that is definitely saying one of y'all's names. But Robin?
Yeah.
No. Robin had no idea what was going on.
No, she was here for fun.
Which that's fine too. There's a couple people there that are there for a little bit of fun. Speaking of the Bambi Alliance.
Oh, I love them.
So sorry. I know. I guess Nikki was like sick or something that day of filming, I was reading. And so that's why she was like acting like less herself. But man, Chriselle.
That was Bambi. I saw a good tweet that it was like at the round table, it was like when Bambi like sees that her mother killed her or something. And it was like Chriselle going off. And it's like, I know that you just have to throw something out there. But like, you didn't have to. You could have like been like, hey, Nikki, that was weird. Who else should we throw into the mix? Because it was like, they all thought Danielle after the mission. But then just because somebody's vocal about like Nikki, they're all going to jump on that, because that's what the whole round table is. It's just like you just jump on something, but that was sad.
Yeah. It's a scared game, I think.
Well, and two, you see with Chriselle, Gabby, and Nikki, they even bring up Nikki's name, other people do, and Gabby and Chriselle literally say, we haven't seen that yet. If you're that close to someone, and say Nikki were to have been a traitor and she got it past them, brilliant on her. But if you are having those deep conversations and looking each other in the eye constantly and are very close, you could tell there was a friendship there, and that built just being in there for a few days in that house. You're going to realize probably, unless they are the most masterful person, they're probably on your side.
And again, even if they aren't, wouldn't you want to be friends with a traitor, like close friends, so that they will bring you to the end and advocate for not killing you? Like, even if
that's what I think.
As a traitor, wouldn't you want to wait on that info?
Right.
Boston Rob had a shield when Robin was eliminated, right? That was the that statue challenge that all the men won.
Ugh. Yes.
I feel like if the faithfuls don't ask themselves, why haven't the traitors killed Boston Rob for bringing up one of their own the next time he's eligible? Like, that's a huge clue that he's a traitor as well. But I don't know if they'll get there.
I think for a lot of the faithfuls, it's like, oh, Boston Rob will be a shield, so like he could be a traitor, but like let's just keep him in so they always have like a default to go back on. Granted, I don't think these people are that smart or enough to do that, but I just think people may be like, oh, it's too obvious if he's a traitor, but like just get rid of him, even if he's not or not. Like, just try.
Yeah.
But I do think Nikki going is good for Chriselle and Gabby because, like, if you have an alliance, just like the Housewives, they're gonna pick off one of those members of that alliance to be like, hey, see what can happen. These person, like, let's draw suspicion on the other person.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I feel bad for Sierra, though. I think she's next.
Oh, yeah, Sierra's in a tough spot. But my biggest issue, too, is with the whole Boston Rob of them all. And I think it was Tom said it. If Boston Rob survives this next round, I'm going to be on to Boston Rob. Well, let's talk predictions, because in the preview, we see Danielle versus Carolyn. And I have a big problem with that. Is he going to keep sneaking through a couple rounds because now these two ladies are going at it?
I think the answer is yes, and I think Danielle made that happen when she put Carolyn's name out.
Because like she was so upset about Boston Rob going after Bob the drag queen, but then immediately it was like instead of going after Rob, like working with Carolyn to get out Rob, she's working with Rob to get out Carolyn. To like, what happened to her whole silent assassin?
I think she wants someone to get. She wants to be able to recruit someone to then take out BR. But like again, why can't Carolyn would take out BR, and then you guys could be like the two ladies that got rid of Rob, which like never happens.
And then you can have an all-women traitors. Come on.
Honestly, I don't think that she knows how to play the game.
No.
Danielle is being so messy about it.
Especially at the mission when she kept not putting her name, like her picture to get a shield, and everybody's like, why?
Why?
Dolores was like, you can't cry about not saving me when you should have saved yourself. Like, this is weird. But then again, nobody did anything with that information.
Also, we don't know if it has been brought up because there's an edit, right? So we don't know if they're talking and having conversations that we aren't seeing, which happens a lot.
Sure. They edited out Gabby. I think she was yelling at Dylan in the trailer. She's wearing that same outfit and she says, like, stop with that, knock off that cocky attitude or it'll get you in trouble or something. But we didn't see it. So either it didn't matter or it was just like, there's a reason we're not seeing it. But yeah, so there's definitely a lot that they're editing out. So who knows?
Yeah. And I mean, I guess you have to, right? Because the show is them talking to each other for like 12 hours or something.
Right. It's not Big Brother. Someone else I want to bring up. Has this person had a single confessional? Sam?
No. Maybe like one or two, maybe.
I think he said something.
I think he had one.
One. And I think it was the last episode. Which I was like, who is this nugget? Oh, yeah, that's Sam. And then we realized
I thought people would want to get rid of him or Sandoval immediately.
No, and see, that's the thing is, it's just he's not doing anything because there's not a storyline whatsoever, which is exactly why we said, why does he need to be on this show? No reason. You could have added so many other people from different shows.
At least Dylan Efron's making a name for himself.
1,000%. And I know, and Tom Sandoval is bringing the comedic relief. I'm sorry, I laughed out loud when he talked about the Dan Brown stuff. Yeah. Like, I hated him on Vanderpump, and I obviously, like, he's done very not good things as a person, but, like, in this show, he's making me laugh. So I appreciate that with his understanding what's going on.
But, like, same with Ivar, like, him and Sam, we could have had Kelly Wentworth.
Oh, that's the dream.
Too many survivors. That's the problem.
I don't care. Kelly Wentworth on the Traitor. Kelly Wentworth, if you can hear this, I know you watch this network. Please get on the Traitors. Thank you.
I guess another thing we were wrong about is like I feel like we said we all feel bad for the folks coming from like one show, but I think the folks, for the most part, the folks who like don't have other people around them seem to be doing well. And I guess it's because Big Brother and Survivor like aren't as collaborative, and so those folks just go after each other. And I think the housewives would have been together if the traitors hadn't decided to kill all of them.
Well, speaking of the people from one-offs, I was really excited to see Wells, and I was so sad that he got eliminated, banished, whatever they call it, first, because I thought he had a chance to get connections, and then it just was like, Wells looked funny or something, so let's get rid of him.
People got a weird vibe. The edit was confusing when it came to Wells a little bit, because as you saw, the vote count was very, very close. It did come down to Carolyn's vote. However, just the body language looked off to me as a viewer watching the interactions when he was talking to other people and then he was getting into it with some people. And so I think that just tanked him a little bit, which it shouldn't have, because if I'm seeing Wells, I'm thinking 100% faithful.
Yes. Yeah. I thought he would have been a great traitor, but I would want to work with him.
Who was the other person that he was up against in the first banishment? I don't remember. Like, who was the tie?
Was it? I think it was Robin, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Robin. I think that's who. There was a couple other stray votes as well, but I think it was between those two. I'm bummed about all the housewives, especially Dorinda, because I wanted to see Dorinda last longer. I just am surprised that she was the first kill, and I get why they did it, because they're trying to pin it on, there's the housewives and everything like that. You want eyes on there, because you would think going in, because there was 4 of them, that one of them is going to be a traitor, and they didn't do that.
Yeah, I was bummed about that kill.
I feel like for the first round table, you should have an option to just not vote, because the first round table, you're going to kill a faithful. Like, there's no, I think statistically the odds of you getting a traitor are just so low, unless the traitor, literally is like, I'm a traitor. So, which I wish they had an option to just not vote in that one. Or like,
I would have kept Dorinda, because she's so loud that she will have been such a great distraction from them, and they just
like
killed.
If I was a traitor, I would go after the Sams, the Ivars, and sadly probably even Bob Harper. Like, the people who just aren't talking or like gaming, because then it's like they don't have anybody. So that would cause such confusion. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why they want to keep them around. But still, I'm like, go after these people that aren't saying anything. So then it's such confusion. Like, why would they kill Sam? Why would they kill Ivar? Exactly. Cause confusion.
Oh, I think they forgot Sam was there, so that's the issue. I think that's why Sam has stuck around as much as he has so far. I will say one of my favorite moments so far from the season, Bob the drag queen dragging Zac Efron.
Oh, that was funny.
I think he got astray. Poor Zach.
He would have been a great actor.
Zach did not deserve that, but Bob said it just so out there and said, "Not a good one."
And then when Dolores was like, "Don't worry, your brother's a good actor."
Yeah. Like,
I also loved him like immediately coming with misguided, and I think Dylan Efron changed his handle.
He changed his handle to misguided in his Instagram.
I feel like Dylan Efron can also take a joke really well.
yes.
Which is a great thing for a member of these types of shows.
I miss Bob the drag queen for sure, but I'm glad we got as much out of Bob the drag queen as we could. So it did make it exciting, at least.
I'm glad that he played. Like, Bob came, did what they wanted to do, and played. And I was watching a little bit of a clip of an interview that he said that he was with the like set psychiatrist or whatever, like all day long the day that he got banished. So that's why he like wasn't around a lot, and people were probably more like onto him.
Yeah. And if he hadn't said that thing about the 3 new people, which the faithful should have already been thinking, the fact that no one is going after 3 people who were added is insane to me. I think he would have lasted longer. Like, I think eventually maybe Boston Rob would have come for him, but I think he, we love Bob and he says what's on his mind, but he could have filtered that one comment.
No. I think he said it correctly. It was Rob who took it offensive.
Who took it wrong. Yes.
Rob took it wrong and then went with it to be like, Bob's coming after me. Bob's coming after me. When Bob, all he said was like, hey guys, these 3 new people like put themselves up on the like the head pedestal things. Like, we should be looking out at that. Maybe it's a third, like one of the new people as a traitor. Like that's all Bob said. Then Rob had to go and do Rob's thing. And I thought it was just the traitor on traitor crime.
I think that Wes is right. Like, Boston Rob doesn't stop. He never chills. Like, even when he's sitting down and there's nobody in the room, he has crazy eyes. He's always on, right? And that's why everything that anybody says, he thinks they are targeting him. First of all, yes, you are a traitor, so you know that, and you have to be careful. But like in general, like, yeah, he just wanted Bob out because Bob was way better at this, and he just wanted to control the whole Traitors. I don't think Bob was gonna let him. That's what really triggered him to vote him out, like get him banished.
Yet we see time and time again, Boston Rob finds a way to get what he wants. He still does. Whether you like him or you don't like him, he still provides something and is able to swing a group of people. You will have to look at that round table. How quickly he took down Bob the drag queen.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very fast.
And Tony.
Yeah, and Tony.
Yeah.
I think when
And Tony too.
the Traitors were aligned more. I mean, he did protect Boston Rob, not Boston Rob, Bob, when his name was coming up. And
then immediately brought it back. But it's like, Rob has that, like, energy about him that everybody, I don't like that manipulation aspect that whatever he says, people are going to go with. But it's like, nobody questions him. Like, why does everybody always think he's right? He's not.
Right.
He's just a louder voice.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did say some things in the, like, Traitors quartet that I agreed with. Like, he was the one advocating for not putting a traitor in the coffins.
Yeah.
And I think there were some kills that Bob and Danielle wanted to do that he steered from. But I think he would have been a great faithful. Like, I would have loved to see him in that capacity if we have to see him on this show. But I don't think he's going to last. I'm hopeful that they will get wise to him. We'll find out. I'm sorry, Lauren. I know you're enjoying it.
Well, so even if let's talk about the coffins here. We can go there. So Danielle really wanted Carolyn to go in that coffin. And
yeah,
if I'm Carolyn, absolutely not. No.
Like, why won't you go in the coffin, Danielle?
well, yeah, you go.
Exactly.
Rob, you go in the coffin.
Yeah.
Bob, you don't go in the coffin. We like you, Bob. But
Well, Bob jumped on that too. Bob was like,
yeah, Bob wanted Carolyn to go in as well. And the thing about it is, you should not put a traitor in the coffin. Absolutely not, because then they got it on Sierra and Nikki. R.I.P. Jeremy, we love you. That was a bummer. But Jeremy saw it coming. Jeremy knew it was coming because he was too vocal. Jeremy was trying his best to be as subtle as possible, but he came off doing a little bit too much.
All he did was throw out Danielle's name.
Yeah,
and that's why.
Yes. And
yes,
you can't. That's the thing that's so hard about the traitors. You can't say if you say someone's name to someone else. What if they're a traitor as well? And then they'll bring it back because Bob did what a good traitor should do and immediately told.
Right. He did it to the wrong person, and that was the problem. Jeremy was trying his best to play the game, and just if you say it to the wrong person, they're going to get back to whoever is a traitor, and then they're going to be toasted. What are your takes on Sierra?
Did Lyrsa just disappear?
I'm grabbing my water.
All of a sudden, I saw Lyrsa and then no Lyrsa. I didn't see you leave.
It's magic. What can you say? It's magic. Thoughts on Sierra?
I thought Sierra's just getting like it's just unfair treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And then when everyone's like, Derek was like, first of all, Derek hates women. I'm putting that out. He hates women. He's only voted for women and has only thrown out the names of women. But when he was like, you could be a traitor because you swear. Look, what the hell, first of all. And then this poor girl has no other alliances, no other allies, gets thrown into the coffin as a throwaway. And then everybody's like, she's a traitor. Yeah. Why? Because she swears?
That's so dumb.
Like, she's not doing
You have voted me out first then. Right. I'm always swearing.
Well, it was like swearing in a stressful situation, which like that wouldn't
everybody should
swear.
Yeah, I swear all the time.
Yeah.
Well, and two,
I
it's cold outside. You don't want to go in the
Right.
coffin. There's a lot of different elements why you wouldn't be wanting to sit in there. You don't know how long
And
you're
Jeremy
going to
said
be
they
in
were
the
in there for like
coffin.
2 hours.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know how
2
long that's going to happen. That's
hours?
why she's cussing a storm up at everyone. I think her delivery wasn't great, though, in the sense of what she was saying. She came off poorly. Jeremy was trying to at least extend some type of olive branch to help himself because he knew he was in hot water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
I
feel like
mean-
when you're coming from a non-strategic show, you don't really know how to talk right. You don't know what the right things to say because you're coming from a show where you just get drunk and hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, you're just chilling there.
right,
You
like
have
it's no fault to
pressure.
her. She doesn't know how to handle these situations where people that play Survivor, Big Brother, The Challenge may have a more ability to handle.
Yeah. No, I feel really bad for her. I think she wasn't given a fair shot in terms of like having no one to bounce strategy off of, and now she's like clearly targeted. I mean, speaking of hating women, I was also annoyed at the Traitors in the beginning. They kept killing women too. So like, I think that there is like some anti-woman kind of coming through, and this was even before Boston Rob was a traitor. Like, I love Bob the Drag Queen, but he was like riding hard for killing housewives first.
Yeah, they killed Dorinda, they killed Chanel.
Yeah.
That was sad.
And
There's statistics.
My favorite quote was she didn't know Survivor was a show, so she thought these people were like literal like survivors of some
disease. That's what she said. She was like, I thought they survived some plague or disease, not a game show.
Oh, you're gonna love her.
There is someone who also I would have been really entertaining. I really enjoyed the confessionals when Wells was banished and she was so sad, and Wells was like, I was just there because she talked a lot. Like she was my alliance.
They were buddies. I did like them together for sure. Who do y'all think has the best chance to win right now as a faithful and best chance to win right now as a traitor?
Brittany Haynes. Because what Brittany is doing, if anybody's watched her on Big Brother, she's a loudmouth. She's a swearer. But like, she is not afraid to speak her mind. But what she's doing right is not speaking her mind. She's not saying anything and nobody's talking about her. Nobody's ever said her name that we know of. And I think she's going to skate by. And at least with the trailer, like you can tell based on outfits that she's still going to be here a little bit. But I think she's talking to the right people and not saying the wrong things. So I think she is selfishly, she's on my team. But I think she is between her and Dylan as the faithfuls. I think, oh no, we lost Emily.
I'm here.
No,
Emily
I
back.
thought it was Emily.
But I think her and Bob Harper, I think, are doing really well as faithfuls. Those are my two. As a traitor, I want Carolyn to win because I love Carolyn, and out of her, Danielle, and Bob, I think she's playing a better game.
Yeah.
I don't see her making it long.
Emily, you made me laugh so much that I knocked my laptop over, so that's why I just
Yeah, I was like, where'd she go?
We're back. We're back. Lyrsa, what are your thoughts? Faithful and traitor.
I think he's gonna get killed, but I think that right now, what's his name? The Ephraim boy?
Dylan.
What's his name?
Dylan.
Dylan is doing Dylan, right?
Yes.
Is his name? I misguided. I think he's doing a good job, and I think they're gonna keep him for a while. I don't know until the end, because Boston Rob, it's kind of like using him, so it gives him a little bit of advantage. I don't know if he will be smart enough to rally the numbers and get Boston Rob earlier than they get him, but I think he's doing a good job right now. A little bit. And who else from the faithful is doing a good job? Oh, that girl that was like, I'm so I don't know from which show she is, that she gave like super the wrong information, right, to Boston Rob in that room, and she's like, it hurts. Chriselle.
Oh yeah, I
think
worry
she's
for her
doing
now.
this.
I do.
Really?
After
Mhm.
her over dramaticness of voting for Nikki, I think people are gonna be like, that was suspicious.
Right.
Huh.
Even though I think that was genuinely like I feel like from
Right, she was so
Oh yeah,
genuine.
it was very yeah.
that was
But
her, as opposed to Danielle who cries every breakfast fakely.
Yes. And I think from the Traitors, Carolyn is doing a great job, especially because she even has people that are faithful trying to convince other traitors that she's not, right?
Yeah.
So, and this guy's like, I'm working hard on Danielle. Like, I'm working hard on her. So I think that she's been deflecting a lot, but I think that's also her personality. Because, like, in Survivor, like, everybody, like, how do you say that? Subestiman, underestimate
Mm-hmm.
her abilities, right? So everybody's underestimating her. And I think that is kind of like her card. And she should use it more. People are underestimating her. So if she used that card really well, I think she can make it to the finals, honestly. If we get rid of Danielle first.
What about you guys?
I honestly, I don't know if any of the traders are gonna. I think the trader that will be successful will be whoever the recruit is. I just feel like they're too much on each other right now that I think that I agree with like that Carolyn's playing the best as a trader, but I think she's gonna be gone soon because Danielle's bringing the heat on her. And I would hope that the faithfuls are smart enough to maybe clock Boston Rob, and I think Danielle's already suspicious. So I see like the Kate or whoever or the Poverty or whoever they recruit next as being a successful trader. I think for the faithfuls, who I think will make it to the end, is not necessarily who I think is playing the best, but I think it's the quietest. So I feel like the Sam or the Lord will probably make it to the end. I know, but
Caleb.
Even Tom, like I think the traders want to bring folks who are quiet and not strategic because they would not suspect them. So anytime someone is like smart, I worry for
That's true.
That's very
I'm so curious who you think, Lauren, will actually make it. Not who you think is playing the best, but
So traders wise, we see in the preview that Danielle and Carolyn are going at each other. I think one of them goes. Unfortunately, we see Boston Rob probably making it another round through. However, Boston Rob is not going to the end of this game. If Boston Rob gets to the end of this game, these people, I'm so sorry to say this, you're an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
If you let that happen. And if it does happen, kudos to you, Boston Rob, for doing it again, basically. That's all you can say. So my thinking is between the two, Carolyn and Danielle, one of them goes. I hope Carolyn stays because Carolyn has really good reads. I think she's doing a great job. But the problem is Dylan gives Carolyn that information, and I think maybe should have held off a little bit on that. And that's where Caroline's getting her gears grinding. That's the problem.
I think she should have held off on calling Danielle out.
Right. But that's the problem when you tell Carolyn information. In her mind, it's going to go tick, tick, tick. Someone said my name. What am I going to do about it? I'm interested to see how next week goes. I think that is really going to push the direction the game's going to go in. As far as the faithfuls, so I'm thinking someone's going to obviously get recruited because these traders are going to go. I predict that maybe a Gabby gets recruited to be a trader is what I'm thinking right now. Which, if that is the case, I think Gabby would be in a really good spot to maybe potentially get to the end of this game.
I love her.
But what do you all think Carolyn should have done? Like if a fellow trader is throwing your name out with others, even if it's not sticking now, it could stick later.
I think she should have told Rob in secret, not in the turret.
Yeah.
I think saying it in the turret where Danielle has the immediate chance to react and then go the next day, gain numbers to get you out because she knows that like, hey, Carolyn's on to me, where Carolyn should have took Bob out to the side, like Rob to the side. I keep wanting to call him Bob, B-Rob, but should have taken him like off to the side and said like, hey, I hear Danielle's saying my name. I got you, like you have me. What are we going to do about it?
That is very smart. I did not think about that.
They're not
because Rob went to Carolyn and said, I have you.
Right.
So she could have been like, you have me. Here's how we protect me. And then let's get somebody else in.
And there's animosity between Bob and Danielle already.
Yep.
So it would have been like wiser.
Yeah, that's true.
Boston Rob first. Yeah.
And I think the other issue we're going to run into, because we see in that preview them going at it, if I'm a faithful, I may be thinking it might be just both of them. Because at that point, people already have in their mind Boston Rob got rid of Bob the Drag Queen because Boston Rob is also a traitor. Now these two are going at it on completely different pages. Maybe that's where they eliminate themselves basically from the game.
I could see people riding with Carolyn more because people were so when Danielle had failed hard at protecting herself in that mission and people got like the alarm bells went off. I could see people more believing Carolyn, but based on I hate that I care so much about what the trailer with what they're wearing and then I pinpoint it to like what we see because we still see Danielle wearing this white hat. We haven't seen her wearing it and it's not in next week's preview. Not to spoiler because it's in the trailer.
Yeah. No, I mean it could.
Oh, I don't even know what you're talking about. What hat?
Emily reads way too much into this. Listen,
No,
I just watched the episode. Okay?
I'm not spoiling it. I don't know anything. I'm just going off of what I see in the trailers.
Oh, trust me, I know, but I'm just saying you analyze it so in depth that where you're going, I want to know what the outfits are going to be. I want to know what they're wearing next. This is very important to me.
And that's why everybody clocked where I think it was when Dylan threw Gabby's name out. That's when Gabby said like knock off your cocky attitude. You'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
But we didn't see it. But she was wearing that outfit.
Well, because Traitors cast members and certainly Traitors hosts do not repeat outfits. That is like a cardinal sin for being in that.
So that's why I'm like, when you brought up Gabby, Lauren, like they're editing her, and I know that these shows you can't trust the edit, but we didn't see that. Like we didn't see why Dylan voted her, and then we didn't see her like going off on him. So in my head, they're editing Gabby in a very good light. And nobody really believes her. And when people do, or like people suspect it could be Gabby, they're like, it can't be Gabby. She's just a silly Billy, you know? So I don't know.
Silly Billy.
I don't know. I think we're going to have a really good turnout after one of the traitors gets eliminated because I want to see someone be recruited. I think it shakes up the game. It makes it interesting because then that person sees, oh my goodness, these are the people who actually have been the traitors. Now let me give my input for what we should do so we can get to the end of this game and win the money.
I think they should recruit Gabby. I think that would be really smart. Or Chriselle.
Yeah. Or I think they should recruit Dylan. Or I feel like he would be a good.
I don't want another man.
I think he will not accept.
No, I know, but I think from like a strategic, like I feel like you want someone who very clearly reads faithful, who's had like correct roundtable accusations to then like.
But I think he would be like the Peter, not accept. Like,
He will.
Oh, I forgot about that. I guess we'll have to see where his morals lie.
And they'd be like, I'm such a faithful that I said no. So yeah, that's what I see. Even they invite him.
If I was recruited, I'd want to take it. I'd want to see who they were. I want the power.
Yeah, it does up your game a little bit. What would be interesting to me is if Danielle survives and says, let's recruit Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
That could be very interesting. I think that would add a different layer to the game.
I will actually recruit Dolores because everybody's trying to save her so much. And everybody loves her so much. That will be interesting to see her like flip on them. Right? Because they're all protecting her.
Right.
Because they don't think she is.
But that to me, like, if I was, again, maybe my analyst brain, if everyone feels bad for her because, all of her housewife people have left, I would be like, but why haven't, like,
you gone?
Why are you still
Why are you here? Yeah.
Like, you were the quiet one. Why have they kept you? And then also, like, are you just getting rid of them so that people feel bad for you?
Mm-hmm. If she survives, I think, which I don't think she's going to, I do think Sierra would be another like great pick for kind of a random person to become a traitor that folks aren't really talking about. But I don't think she's going to survive.
I think they wouldn't recruit her because people already think she's a traitor. So like, she's going to probably get banished soon anyways.
Right. But if you want to be the last traitor standing, recruit someone who
that's so valid. But what else do we have to talk about? Any other thoughts? I'm really enjoying this season.
I feel so bad for Jared.
Jeremy.
For me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was really bummed about that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, like,
Especially because like his own people backstab him. You know, the
Yeah.
Survivor people stab him. And it's not like, okay, so we do activities together. I mean, we do doing parties and all of that. You're gonna see these people again, right? And we all know it's a game, but it also hurts, right? So I want to see what will be the dynamic if we do another event and they're all together. Like I feel so bad for Tony too.
that was I
Because,
don't like
like,
Tony, but that was sad.
I'm okay with Tony. I dislike other people way more than Tony.
Yeah.
But I feel really bad. Like it really hurt him. Right. I think he was like so honest about it and like so sad about it. Like I've been telling you, like you're just judging me because of another show that has nothing to do with this one. It's a different game, right? And I've been telling you this. Yeah, you shouldn't trust anybody in a game like this. But still, like I don't think that they're gonna be, if they had a friendship, I don't think that they're gonna be able to like recover after that.
That's why I hate when people like when they have people like the Housewives or just like the Bravo network, then you have like the CBS and the MTV like strategy games, because people are always gonna unfortunately have this like reputation that they carry with them based on how they played their game, even though it's so different than the Traitors. But you're always gonna carry this, like Tony's always gonna have this reputation of being a backstabbing liar. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel bad for that sense.
I just felt bad for the dynamic between him and Rob. It really showed that he was fucking hurt about it, right?
It'll be
So-
interesting to see what happens, like Lauren said, like post Danielle or Carolyn leaving, because there's a lot of quiet people. So I'm very intrigued about what's going to happen with the people that are quiet, because you're going to have to talk eventually.
No, it's true. Yeah, I mean, I think Jeremy, while he was hurt, he, at least in his post-game interviews, has like understood it and respected like the move and been like, I mean, they should have killed me because like I would have gone. I think like Tony, so I feel like he'll forgive the survivors. It'll be fine. I think he'll get the like it was just a game. I think Tony like feels really hurt by Robin. Has continued to like slander him in post-game stuff. Like does not regret calling him names. So I feel like they might have more of a attention.
Right. It's hard. That's why this type of game is so different than any other, because of how quick the pace is. These are happening within a day where you're doing all these eliminations. So you really have to have a quick turnaround on somebody or something, short-term memory with this type of game. You really do.
Right. It's like 2 or 3 weeks filmed, right? And then it's done.
Yep. It's
Which is
very
fast.
fast.
Yeah.
That's why they get the big time people, because they're not leaving their families for a couple months. They're leaving them for a couple weeks.
Right. I just want one more, like I want more Survivor women in this game. I want more Big Brother women. I'm sick of always these big men that come in. Maybe I just don't like men. Like Gabby said, it's okay. But
I mean, you did get Danielle and both Brittany from Big Brother, so you can't really
Correct.
knock that this time around. And I think the other
you
issue-
did get Rachel and Janelle last season. So like, you know
That's
what,
what
Big Brother, fine. Survivor.
Yeah. I would
Okay.
actually like more challenge people on Survivor.
Yes.
Yes, I do enjoy when the challenge people are there for sure. I think when it comes down to, it's Survivor that you want to see more of the ladies playing. Big Brother's been pretty equal, but Survivor thus far, it hasn't been totally unequal, but it's not even.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll see what happens. They're definitely going to be doing a season 4, no doubt about it.
Oh, it's yeah.
Right.
I think they're going to film soon.
They're casting already. I don't know. I sent a DM like, hey, if you want somebody, I'm available.
So would you want to be a traitor or faithful?
I don't know. I will be anything that will pay me money.
I would
I'm
love to
like,
be a
for the
faithful
money, so I don't
traitor.
You think it should be better for me being a faithful?
No, I want to know like which one you would genuinely enjoy more. Like for me, my anxiety is way too high to be a traitor. Like there's no way I would need to be a faithful and I would be okay. Like
I would like to kill people.
I would like to be a faithful turned traitor.
Mm-hmm.
No, I would like to kill people from the beginning and have control of the game. In that way. But also I will try to be good at the killings and make them more strategic and not like what they're doing right now. I don't think that they're like seeing 3 or 4 steps ahead of the game. They're just like, let's kill right now instead of like let's analyze this and why, like find a reason. Like I'll bring out my PowerPoint and be like, okay, so this is why we need to do this. Very Virgo of me. I don't know. I will enjoy more like the lying also because I really get along well with people. Like, you guys know me. I get along with everybody, right? Everybody thinks I'm like, oh, she's so nice, which I am. Don't get me wrong. I am a very nice person. But also that will give me the lead to be killing people and people not suspecting because I'm always so friendly with everybody. Right?
That's how I feel.
It will be like a Caroline situation. Nobody thinks she is a traitor because she's cool and she's fine. She's in her own world. So it will be kind of like the same, I feel. I don't know.
I just always feel like you have to kill one of the randos. And I mean that respectfully, but like you want to create chaos as a traitor. So like you don't want to kill the people that are talking. You don't want to kill the loudmouths. You want to kill someone that's going to cause some confusion. Like, why would they kill Sam? Why? You want people to be like, who would have done that? Who would have done like? Yeah, I don't know. That's where I feel like they're going.
We didn't have any issues. Yeah, they're going so wrong.
They did that well in the first season. I think part of the problem is like Sari was the ultimate traitor and like laid out such a good blueprint that no one will ever.
Well, that's why I feel like they can't do half regular people, half celebrities, because then you're going to have people that will throw their whole game just to make Sari happy, which I don't blame them, but
that's true. I would like to think she would have won just as epically in an all reality TV people season, but I guess we really don't know.
That is actually one of the reasons I don't do those live Survivor games because I feel like I have an advantage because people want to talk to me about the game, right? And I'm like, I think it's unfair.
Yeah.
Right. You have played stuff with me, Emily, and I always make it, and you have seen this game too. Like I always make it when it's fans involved. I always make it like really, really close to the end. And I don't think that's kind of like fair for the fans. So that's why I only do stuff with like other players because it's not fair for the fans. But that's just me. See, I should be on Traitors because people will believe that bullshit and then I can kill you and it will be like so nice and I will win money.
But they can never watch this recording though because you've just
they can't. You guys don't watch this.
Wait, Lauren, I want to know if you would you rather be a traitor or faithful if you were able to play this game?
I play Mafia a decent amount, so
I'm definitely a traitor.
I'm definitely in the traitor route. Oh, 100%. Very friendly, but listen, gotta do what you gotta do, right?
I think I would either like to be a faithful turn traitor or traitor from the start because I feel like I like the control aspect and I feel like I know how to, I don't know, schmooze.
I just want to be in control of my own game. And I feel that when you are a faithful, you're not. You think you are, but you're not.
Well, you could be Dorinda. That's the thing. I would be so devastated if you went all the way out there and just had no actual say in the game. You didn't get picked as a traitor, so that's not your fault because you're not the one picking, and then you're the first person that gets murdered. That just has to be a tough pill to swallow, and it's no fault of your own. You're just the one that they said, you know what, I think we have to go for you because we're trying to build a storyline here.
Ugh. Emily, you'd be a faithful.
No, 1,000%. There's no way. I think like
I don't think you could have.
I would like if Traitors was shorter. If Traitors was like 3 days, I would happily. The idea of like having to do that for 3 weeks, and I really like Community and like. There's no way I would make it to the end. I think I would be like way too loud, but no, I think for me personally, I would have more fun. It would be less anxiety provoking to be a faithful. I think the game I would actually want to play is the Mole because I feel like faithful also are like destined to lose in the Traitors. You have like no information, whereas I feel like the Mole would be.
That's why I feel like the Traitors season 4 should have a little bit of the Mole aspect where Traitors are like secretly have missions to throw the challenge or like keep money out of the pot. Because like if I'm a trader, I'll take all the money, but no one's gonna suspect me because why would they? But at least with the mole's job is to like throw a little bit. Granted, then you would just have the mole. They're two different shows, but still.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the mole, you have all the quizzes, you have all the things, but
Right.
I think the traders could help with that aspect a little bit.
They did something, though, at least where they had to all meet together and decide on the
Yes.
3 people to put in the coffin, which I did really enjoy that because
No.
that got messy. It was fun
Mhm.
to watch. Then you had Dylan all up in there. There was so many good elements to that moment.
I do like when they have to do that, like last season when it was like Parvati had to like poison somebody in plain sight with the wine.
Yeah.
And like have that person take the glass.
But I think that it only works if, and I think they did that with the wine, if Alan then says the traders had to, like, gives the faithfuls a little clue that like something was happening. Like last night, the traders had to meet publicly to discuss, and then that might get people's wheels turning as to like, oh, who was missing.
Well, because Gabby would be like, I saw these people coming out of the bookcase thing.
Right. But I'm sure other people were also talking in quartets at like that time.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would, but I just think like, and I feel like my friend Julian said this, so credit to her. Like they need like 1 or 2 clues throughout the season. Like not all the time, but I just feel like if you have a faithful, you know figuring out who the traitor
Because
is.
you're just going off of body language at that
Right,
point.
exactly.
Right on. Well, with that said, anyone else have anything they want to add before we wrap this up? We went through
Should we do
thoughts, predictions.
Should we do a draft update?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and read off who left.
Oh, sure. Well, I'll just go. You know what? Sadly, I'll go based on Emily's team first, and then we'll go around. So Emily, unfortunately, has Dylan left in her draft. She has
This-
lost
This
Jeremy.
shows how spoiled you were on the season.
Oh my God.
She lost Jeremy, Bob the Drag Queen, Robin, and Chanel.
Yeah.
So sadly, Dylan is your only chance of winning.
I'm
Could
cooked.
be,
There's,
but you never
there's
know.
no way. Dylan is not going to make
Could
it.
be. You
Lyrsa
never
has
know.
2 people gone. She's lost Tony and Dorinda. Sad.
Oh,
So she still has Dolores, Ivar, and Tom, which Ivar could be good. You know, you never know.
They're doing okay.
Tom, why is nobody looking at him? That pisses me off. Chriselle, just get rid of him. Lauren, you have only lost Nikki. So you still have Chriselle, Bob Harper, Danielle, and Carolyn. So good luck with those 2.
I feel good about Bob Harper, though.
Yes, I do feel good about Bob Harper. And Chriselle.
Yeah, Chriselle. Well, I don't think Chriselle gets there. I don't think so, but I would love to see Chriselle get there.
Yeah, but Carolyn and Danielle for you both back to back. As fun as that was in the beginning, now it's not looking great.
R.I.P. to that.
And then I have only lost Wells. Sad. I still have Brittany, Gabby, Sierra, and Boston Rob, which 2 of those I'm very nervous about, but here we are.
I think we have a good shot. Wait, so I know Lyrsa and I have lost our number 1 picks because mine was Jeremy and yours was Dorinda, right?
And
Yeah.
Lauren, who did you pick first? You picked Danielle first, right?
Oh yes, what a
so like
what a great
probably
pick.
gonna lose your number 1 pick. Not to, but maybe not.
Who was your number 1 pick?
No.
Oh, Jeremy. So like, done
And
that.
mine was Brittany.
Right. So I think your number 1 pick.
Brittany was a good pick. I was honestly deciding between Danielle and Brittany. I knew I was
Thank
not
you.
going to get them both, so
Thank you.
I had to go Danielle though. Just old school
And that's-
vibes. That was the problem, you know.
Yeah.
We were all high on her in the beginning.
We were very high on her.
I think my prediction is Carolyn, Danielle, Boston Rob. 2 or 3 of those are going soon. And then I think we're going to have the quiet people like we did like with Peter collecting his crew at the end of like the second half of last season, like the Kevins and I forget who else. But I feel like Dylan's going to create like, I don't know about Dylan. Dylan just giving me Peter vibes. But like Dolores, Ivar, Tom, Brittany, like I feel like these people that aren't doing anything are gonna come together, or one of them's gonna get recruited. I don't know. I see it.
Well, we'll see what happens. We're just making predictions here. We have no clue what's going on, and that's why I love doing this because everyone has different opinions, which makes it even better. But with that being said, thank you so much to all of you for joining me for the podcast today at the Reality After Show. We will be back again towards the end of the season, we'll do one more podcast and then we'll do another one after the season concludes to just talk about who wins the money. The big thing we're all here is for the money talks. However, with that being said, be sure to check out all the coverage going on at the Reality After Show right now. We have Deal or No Deal Island coverage, which I know tons of people are really hyped up on that. Johnny Fairplay also is covering the Traitors Season 3 with Rachel Riley from Big Brother. So be on the lookout for all of those dropping. And with that, thank you so much, everyone. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.